my final question before we get into features is what's the longest shot you've ever made from a distance? 100 feet, 2,900 feet, 3,200 feet from, let's just say a BB gun, since it's a family show. What's the furthest?
Um,
What do you think?
I don't know. I'd suck at
You're not a,
I shot a glass off of Annie Taylor-Joy's head once.
oh, okay. That is a reference to the Gorge. That is not a spoiler. And I'm going to tell you guys,
For a second there, I thought it was like, wait, did we get one last shot? Did that come out already?
well, here's the thing about the Gorge. We're going to do a review. Eric and I and Bruce were all very spoiler sensitive. So this is going to be relatively a spoiler, well, 100% a spoiler free review from the Gorge because I'm just going to quickly read the plot summary and then Eric and I were just going to go from there. Quote, two highly trained operatives, Miles Teller, played by Teller, and Anya Taylor-Joy, they are appointed to posts in guard towers on opposite sides of a vast and highly classified gorge. Miles Teller is a Marine, former Marine. He is stationed on the west side of the gorge. He has a guard tower on the west side, and Anya Taylor-Joy, who plays a Lithuanian sniper, she is on the east side. She has an east side guard tower. So they're both on opposite sides. Between them is a gorge, highly classified. It's mysterious. What is there? What is in there? You have no idea. You might understand what's in the gorge as the story unfolds. And if you've seen the trailer, you realize that, well, ultimately, these two operatives get to really know each other, even though they're on opposite sides of the gorge. And it's about their journey together and trying to figure out what's there. Is it dangerous? How do they survive? It's a classified mission. Their respective jobs is to stay on their respective guard tower for about a year in solitary. Obviously, they break that rule. That's not a big spoiler at all, but it's basically almost a two-hander, but it's directed by Scott Derrickson, like Eric Holmes said. And I don't want to spoil really anything with The Gorge, but it feels like my impression of this movie is Scott Derrickson, as a filmmaker, he's thinking, what kind of movies make me excited to watch as a cinephile? I'm just going to put them all in The Gorge. I think this movie has so much in it, and I don't even want to spoil it. It's just such an entertaining movie. Uh, Eric Holmes, please help me out. Add some color regarding this review for The Gorge.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know that if it ever switches tones, but it certainly switches genres throughout.
Mm-hmm.
Because it starts off, you see Miles Teller and Annie Taylor-Joy, and they're like snipers, and they're getting their last hit, and which I think the things brought them to their respective posts.
Right.
But when it starts off, it's like, oh, it's a sniper movie, and then oh, okay, it's this thing in the gorge, and they explain what that is pretty early on. I mean, hey, warning, the trailer gives tells you everything.
Oh, are you serious?
hmm
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
They
Let
don't go beat by beat what happens in the second half, but they show enough of it to that. Look, if you haven't seen the trailer for the Gorge yet, don't just watch the Gorge. That's the yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna
But
we're gonna operate like we people have not seen the trailer, and I respect
I'm
that.
gonna we're gonna operate like I'm sure Scott Derrickson wants us to. I'm guessing he probably like submitted the movie and then marketing got a hold of it and it's like we're gonna show this. It's like no you know what, screw it.
Can I
I
say something? And I don't want to. Sigourney Weaver plays the operative or the high, either corporate official, military official, high-ranking, mysterious person who hires Miles Teller at the beginning. We also have to mention there is I forgot how to pronounce his name, Chope Derisu. He plays a military operative who shows Teller's character the ropes because the Derisu character, he has just finished his year-long solitary confinement, not confinement, solitary job over at the West Guard Tower. So the opening act has a couple of characters, but for ultimately the rest of the movie, you get to really learn more about the characters of Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy. I
yeah.
was every single act of this movie surprised me. Eric mentioned genres, and I just want to tiptoe through it. There's just a lot of action, there's a lot of fantastical elements, and there's just a lot of great cinema. And Eric was mentioning in our chat, that he wishes The Gorge was in theaters. And let me tell you, I don't know, Eric, if it's a good thing or a great thing. I think it's a great thing that Apple TV Plus has The Gorge under their umbrella. They obviously paid money to have this movie in existence to put on their streaming platforms when it comes out February 14th. A part of me, though, the old man in me feels like this. I wish more people would be able to watch this in the theaters.
Yeah, yeah, this is definitely like one of those IMAX things. And then you go in, and if they could have sold it just on the premise that Annie Taylor-Joy and Miles Teller are on two separate, ends of a gorge, and oh, what's down there? I don't know. It's weird. Like they could have sold it on that,
That's it.
and then just leave it.
That's
Like,
all.
oh, what? Oh, what's that? That's what's in the gorge. I don't know. We'll have to watch the movie and find out. And then you go in there, and then you're watching the movie unfold and go, oh, that's kind of weird. Oh, okay, never mind. It's just a rom com. Oh, that's weird.
Oh, oh, that's weird 5 or 6 times
Yeah.
throughout the movie. And Eric and I don't want to, I don't even want to mention what this movie is influenced by. There are different blends of it, but because we're going to spoil it for you. I will say this, though, because Eric Holmes has not seen The Queen's Gambit with Anya Taylor-Joy. You're not a TV series watcher or mini series
Oh,
watcher.
the
Anya,
the
there
chess
is a
scene.
nice cool chess scene between Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy. I don't know if that was just sort of a reference
That
to.
that whole meet cute is strange
That's a good
because
meet
I
cute.
because I you don't see meet cute on like military towers across a gorge,
Never.
a mysterious gorge.
There's some stuff that you do see that you've probably seen in other movies or other series, but it's cool to watch. I was just highly entertained by The Gorge. It's 2 hours and 8 minutes. I was fine with the length. I think they have great chemistry. Visually, this movie was breathtaking, and this is definitely a movie to watch again. I'm surprised, Eric. This movie was probably my one of my biggest surprises this week. Am I overrating it? No. 5 stars. I love The Gorge. And I feel bad that we can't talk about the movie. Eric and I will do a very quick mini spoiler for our Patreon members, and we'll release that a week or two later over our Cinematics YouTube channel for our spoiler section. But Eric, I love this movie so much. Eric, final thoughts and your rating on The Gorge.
Yeah, I think it kind of lost a little steam towards the end. Although
Mm,
I did like the very end. Again, I'd
mm.
have to compare it to another movie and spoil things, but the end got a little like, okay, let's start wrapping this up. But everything leading up to that was great. There's some cheese here and there, but I like cheese. Goes
Mm.
good on a sandwich, especially a cheeseburger like this. But yeah, I mean, I think this is pretty much like one of those kind of blockbuster movies, and judging it as a blockbuster is a pretty solid one. And I would probably go a 3.5, 4. I'll go 4 just because kind of the excitement. And I wish I hadn't seen because I only watched half. So I watched half the trailer just to see what it was, and then once I got the sense that they were saying too much, I turned it off.
Mm.
And then I watched the movie, and then I went back and watched the trailer because I was curious what all they showed. I'm like, oh yeah, that was totally the right move, shutting that off. This would actually probably be even better just going in blind, not knowing what it is. But
Just know
it
I
would be
loved it a
even
lot.
best if it was played in theaters. That it's a shame that it didn't. And I mean, it's cool that it's somewhere, that it's cool that it exists, but even Apple, it's like you have to have Apple
TV
TV,
Plus,
right?
yeah, Apple TV
I
Plus
I
subscription.
wonder I wonder I should look this up if you can rent it like outside of that, like in case you
I,
don't have
That's interesting. Probably
uh
not. I'm probably not. It might be exclusive to the Apple TV Plus platform, maybe as of now, and then down the line, who knows? Maybe some kind of physical media release or some kind of digital
that
or
would be nice.
on demand release. But yeah, Friday, February 14th, Apple TV Plus. That is our first out of our six
I
movies we're
would say at the
covering.
very least, if you don't have Apple TV Plus, they usually do like one of those
Subscriptions, free
trials or
subscription
whatever.
trials. Yeah.
Yeah, do that.
Okay.
This one would be worth it. And then you can watch The Instigators while you're in there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's a very good movie as well. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. For more movie and television reviews and interviews, please subscribe to my Deepest Dream channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And as always, thanks so much for your support. Take care.